Hi, welcome to Insider Yachting. This is the full-length review of Motor Yacht Madsummer. Now, as always, we have the yacht pack pre-made and ready to go for this boat, as we do for every boat that's currently available on the market. And you can get hold of the yacht pack with all of the photographs and descriptions and specifications. Just going over here on the right hand side, click on the yacht pack button, leave the name of the boat that you're interested in, your name and the best email address to send the yacht pack off to, and we'll get that over to you right away. So let's get started with the review of Madsummer. Now, looking at the profile photograph here, we can see some brief specifications underneath. She's 146 feet long. She has an incredible 30-foot beam, which is much more voluminous than you would see on comparable sized boats. Most boats of this size will have a beam of somewhere around 25-26 feet, but here 30 feet means that her interior guest spaces are much larger than you would see on comparable boats. Now, she has a steel hulls and aluminium superstructure. The steel hull means that she's going to be a great seagoing boat, going to have a great ride to her. Of course, it's much heavier, so the knock-on effect of that is that the draft is slightly deeper at 8 foot 11 inches. So that's the compromise that you have to make there. She was launched in 2008 by Feadship. Now, Feadship is one of the top yacht manufacturers in the world. It doesn't get much better than Feadship put out as a product. She is for sale right now. She's asking $27,500,000. A great model. They produced a few boats in the same class. They're called the F45 Vantage. The F being for Feadship, the 45 is the size in meters, 45 meters. Madsummer is a great charter boat. She's had a proven charter track record. She's very popular due to that great interior volume, and as you'll see when we're clicking through some of the photographs here, she has a really nice modern decor, very comfortable inside. Now, while we're here on this profile photograph, I want to point a couple of things out to you, so we'll just zoom in on the photograph here. You'll notice all of the windows along the whole side, sort of in the blue there, all of those large windows. They're about 6 or 7 feet tall. Now, Madsummer has a slightly different layout, and all of the guest cabins are actually on that main deck level. So that's the reason for all of these great size windows. It means that each of the guest cabins all have at least 2 of these huge windows in the actual cabin, and then another one in the bathroom. So it's a beautiful interior, lots of natural light. It's all about bringing the outside in, and then up forwards on that main deck level is where the master cabin the master cabin is, and it has a beautiful skylight above the master bed, and we'll see that later on in the review. And it has more of those side hull windows. So really an interesting different layout here. It also has a 6th cabin up behind the wheelhouse, which can be used as a second master cabin. That's part of the reason why she's such a successful charter boat, is because it's so versatile in the way that it can be used with guests. So let's go and take a look through some of the photographs. Here on the top left hand side, this is the Sky Lounge. So this is again behind the wheelhouse and behind that 6th cabin. Lots and lots of beautiful light. They have the concertina doors at the back there, which means you can open up this entire area to the back deck. On that back deck they have some nice seating areas. It's almost a Nikki Beach feel. They also have a nice big dining room table there for 12. They have the sail canopies over the top, some protection for the sun. So really nice feel to this area, and those huge windows around the sides really bring the exterior in. The photograph below that's of the aft platform. Now, this doesn't have a fixed platform around the back of the boat. It actually has a transom door that folds down. So once that is down, you then have this huge usable area for setting up for water sports, tying the tender to, or just sitting out and relaxing with a morning coffee. So really nice area. It's probably about 3 or 4 meters long once it's all out there, and they have railings and things that they can set up for safety as well. Now up to the photograph at the top on the right hand side, this is the 6th cabin. So this I believe is the cabin that's up and behind the wheelhouse. I could be wrong there. It doesn't quite have any explanations under the picture there, but all of the cabins are all fairly similar except for the master cabin being the largest, but they all have these 2 huge windows, nice king size bed. The beds can actually be opened up into 2 single beds as well, so there's lots of versatility in the layout and design that you can have when you're thinking about guests that can come on and use the boat. Now the photograph below that is of the sun deck. They have this huge sun pad layout, nice big jacuzzi. There's another dining table up there as well, and they have some seating areas at the back. So the boat has the feeling of really appreciating the outside and where you are. As I said before, really bringing the outside into the interior of the boat. And the boat has such a beautiful light feel to it. Nothing is overdone with the woodwork or the cabinetry. On a lot of older boats, there'd be lots and lots of woodwork in between the windows and on the aft doors, and it would really enclose the boat. But here, everything's all sort of open and light and airy feel. So the photograph at the top on the left, this is of the main salon. Still the same theme, lots of windows here, nice seating areas around the sides. They have a pop-up TV, they have another dining table in here as well. Below that is the helm, 2008, still going to be very modern in all of the power management systems that they have on board, the security systems, the CCTV cameras, chart plotters, depth sounders. You can see they have some of the radars up on the screen there. The nice thing about this setup is that you can change between the screens what's displayed where. So depending on whether the boat's at anchor and you need different layouts on different screens, then you can chop and change between all of that. So again, a nice versatile bridge. On the right hand side here, this is the master cabin, and you can see on the top photograph and on the bottom there is this huge skylight, and on the first photograph, the profile shot, you could just about see that that skylight there that's on the sort of forward brow in front of the bridge windows. But here really opens this out. I love the use of color, the small sort of splashes of color that they have here and there. Really gives it a nice sort of modern contemporary feel without being too over the top. So I really like this boat. It's a nice comfortable feel all the way throughout the boat. Here are some more pictures of the Sky Lounge and of the main salon. So up on the left hand side, that's the dining table in the main salon, and below that is the Sky Lounge. You can see the huge TV that they have there in the Sky Lounge, permanently fitted to the wall, and then the 3 sides of the windows. You've got port and starboard, huge full height windows, and then back aft, remember, are those concertina doors to really open it up. And you can see that on the top on the right hand side, as with those doors closed, even so it still brings a lot of the natural light from the outside in. And they've got this nice almost exterior furniture on the interior though, but a very nice luxurious feeling. And then the final photograph down on the right hand side there is of the main salon. You can see that pop-up TV there just in the sort of back of the photograph, the dining table there, and then that comfortable seating area around the right hand side. This is actually with the blinds down, so you can see if you do have any functions going on, the boat can still be a very private area, and that is true for this main salon here, and you can do the same with the windows and the doors in the Sky Lounge as well. So a really nice area, nice details there with the coffer. They have the wood trim to that coffer in the ceiling, and a really comfortable light feel to both of these social areas. So the final few photographs here. There's the bridge again. We've already seen that. The top photograph on the right and the bottom on the left, that's of the master bathroom, his and hers. There is a general arrangement plan photograph on here, but it's not very big. It's not very sort of well displayed in this brochure, so request the yacht pack and we'll put that in there for you. We also have some more photographs of the interior and the exterior, but we just wanted to put a couple here just to give you a general feel for the boat. Now, the one photograph that we haven't seen here is of the tender. Now, this is a custom diesel 27-foot rigid inflatable, so a great boat for guest use, a great boat for actually work in the boat, being able to move around without worrying about sort of dinging anything or knocking into anything, with it being those inflatable pontoons around the side. So really a great choice for a boat's tender. There you can see on the left hand side, that is the layout plan. Not really very useful as it's so small. It's not really any use in us zooming into that, but request that yacht pack and we'll put a full PDF in there for you so you can zoom in and take a look at yourself. But it's really worthwhile looking because you can see the different layout here with all of the guest cabins on the main deck, all the crew and the engineering areas on that bottom deck, even the galley is down below on the bottom deck to free up all of this prime real estate on that main deck level with all those beautiful full height windows for guest purposes. And then of course you have the extra 6th cabin up top. So really interesting layout there, and sort of shows you how Feadship have sort of thought outside the box for this one. So now we come into some of the specifications. There's only really one page of specifications here. The write-up isn't that detailed, but we do have some more information. Again, we'll put that in the yacht pack. We can see there 146 feet long, 30 feet beam, incredible for this size. The steel hull, it's a full displacement hull. It is that steel sort of hull, it's full displacement, so it is deeper on the draft. But again, a great riding hull, a very comfortable ride with this boat. Launched in 2008 by Feadship. As we've seen, the MTU 2000s, they actually have 4,500 hours on them. They had a full service done at 4,000 hours, so they've had all of the periodic maintenance taken care of. And those engines, of course, are good for many more hours than the 4,500. The generators are slightly high on the hours. They're at 10,000 now, which is perhaps a little bit more than you expect to see on a 2008 boat. It actually says there that the port generator was rebuilt, so you can expect that the new owner would need to rebuild the starboard generator in the not too distant future. But that's not a very big expense. It's something that you would plan to do on any boat at certain hours of use. The tenders and toys, it details the 27-foot diesel custom rib that they have. They also have a couple of jet skis and sea-doos. They have the scuba equipment and the dive compressors to recharge as you go, which is a great option to have. They're pretty toy driven. It's all about enjoying the outdoors. We've seen from all of the windows around, they're really looking to bring that feel into the interior. So they have a lot of inflatable slides and trampolines. They have all the inflatable towable toys. They have a couple of stand-up paddle boards. They have all of the sort of things that you would expect to see in a full water sports business they actually have on board here, and it details some of that there. And it finishes off by just saying that it has the sort of all the life vests, all the exercise equipment. It has an exercise bike there. It has all the snorkeling gear and things on board. So that's it for the review. A really beautiful boat for a prime manufacturer, great pedigree like Feadship. This is a great option. It is a very popular charter boat, so if you are looking to purchase something and put it out to charter, this already has that charter reputation. The charter managers, the charter brokers already know the boat, and they're comfortable with putting their clients out on this boat to charter. So you can expect to continue that success through with the new owner. So thanks for watching. We have 2 other boats for review today. Again, great charter boats, great options, very well maintained and taken care of boats. So look for them below and click on those links. We're doing some yacht tours throughout the week. This week we'll have a little break over Thanksgiving, but we'll continue that in the week after. So click on that Yacht Tours button as well and let us know what time that you're allowed to join, and we'll be able to squeeze you in there somewhere and get you on the boats that you're most interested in seeing. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.